So in this video, we're going to talk about the minimum required to open a brokerage account in order to trade penny stocks. What's up, Tim Sykes, Millionaire Mentor, enjoying my beautiful day here in Miami Beach in my Rolls Royce, trying to inspire you and educate you. A question that I often get is like, what is the least amount of money I can put in to open a brokerage account? What's the least amount of effort I can put in to become a millionaire? Do me a favor, leave a comment just below if you're willing to put in a lot of time and effort. I'm not saying willing to put in a lot of money, but putting in the least amount of time to become a millionaire is not a good way to actually become a millionaire. Okay, to actually become a millionaire, you're gonna have to put in a lot of time. So say, yes, I'm willing to invest a lot of time in the comments below, and then follow through on that if you're serious about actually, becoming financially free. If you want like a Rolls Royce like this, if you wanna, treat your family, I just bought my parents a place down here in Miami Beach. If you actually want that, then I'm not saying you have to invest a lot of money, but at least be willing to invest a lot of time. That I think is so important. But as for money, what's the least amount? I think it's actually good to start with a small amount of money. In the beginning, while you're learning, I highly encourage you to use Stocks to Trade. First of all, if you don't want to trade at all while you're learning, click the link just below for an exclusive offer on Stocks to Trade, because that software has a tool called Paper Money where you can basically trade with fake cash. It's like fantasy sports, but it's like fantasy stock market, and that way you can practice. You don't get your full education because you don't have like the emotional education, the psychological education, because it's not real money, but at least you don't have to risk real money. And remember, 90% of traders lose. And I think that, if I had to be honest with myself, it's more like 100% of traders lose in the beginning when you're learning, when you don't know what's going on. So for me, I want to lose as little as possible while I'm learning. I want to minimize my market tuition. That's how you have to kind of think of losses. You're paying the market to learn what not to do. And guess what? You're going to have like a lot of small losses. I'm going to teach you how to learn to lose small. I know that sounds weird, but you can't let a small mistake turn into a potential big disaster. So I encourage you to trade small. So what does it actually take? Well, I'm sorry, I'm giving you a little, psychological lesson too. In order to open up an E-Trade account, which is one of my brokers, you need a minimum of $500, and you need to be a U.S. resident. Interactive Brokers is the broker that I use, and it's better for international students. Their minimum, I believe, was $10,000, but I think that they just lowered it to I think they have a $5,000 program and like a $3,000 program. So call Interactive Brokers and see. Everybody's a little different depending on your situation and what country you're in. But anywhere from $500 to $3,000, you could say like that's what's required to open up a brokerage account. Obviously, you can also open a brokerage account with other newer brokers like Robinhood, where there's no commissions and no minimums. But I highly, highly, highly caution against that. They lure you in with their no minimums, with the no commissions, and then they basically screw you with bad executions and lack of services. I've heard so many horror stories. So for me, if I was opening a brokerage account, I would try to do E-Trade minimum of $500, Interactive Brokers a few $1,000s, and with E-Trade, I would try to actually do over $2,000. You need over $2,000 in order to short sell or bet against stocks. I don't normally short sell, but I want to have that opportunity in case there's like a great pump and dump. You can make money when the stocks go down. So for me, $2,000 is minimum required. It's okay if you don't have that. Just study up in the meantime. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm not going to study. I don't have the money to start. But you're going to have to study a lot. So it's actually better to study at first. I have a lot of students where they don't even trade for the first 3 months or 6 months while they're studying patterns, while they're studying rules. I have a lot of video lessons, DVDs, webinars. So while you're studying, you don't have to trade. Some people like to trade and study at the same time. Some people just like to study. So it's up to you. But don't feel like you have to trade trade right away. A lot of people will say, well, when should I start trading? When you feel comfortable, okay? This is a game that you can, really design around your life and your own comfort level. You do not have to trade big. You do not have to trade before you're comfortable with the patterns or when you know nothing. There's no point in risking hard-earned money when you know nothing. So for me, I would encourage you to trade smaller or even paper trade, like I said, at Stocks to Trade. Click the link just below and take advantage of that exclusive offer because I think it's kind of cool. But at the same time, just have the right mindset. For me, it's not even a numbers game in the beginning. It's understanding that you need to study, you need to grow your knowledge account. You have two accounts, your knowledge account and your monetary account. This question is related to your monetary account. But I think a better question is, how much knowledge do you need to have before you trade? And only you can answer that. So study up and enjoy the process. Learn to love learning because that's what it's going to take in order to grow your monetary account over time. Hey, Tim Sykes, Millionaire Mentor and Trader. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope that they help you. I want to share everything that I've learned over the years. You can check out more videos right over there. And also click subscribe so that you can watch all of these videos, get that knowledge, and become my next millionaire student.